What's up, guys? I hope your week's going along well so far. Well, today I'm back with yet another Ripple XRP update. As we all know by now, Ripple has been battling the SEC since December, when the regulator filed a case against the digital payment provider, classifying its XRP token as an unregistered security. Things have been heated over the last couple of months, and now more than ever, XRP's community members can't wait to get this whole saga over with. But before we go further into all the juicy details of today's video, let's roll that intro. As always, welcome back to Moneyside, your favorite crypto news channel. If you are new here, welcome to the XRP fam. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our daily crypto news updates. The SEC case put XRP in a messy situation, hurting XRP's value and leading to the suspension of its trading on multiple US-based cryptocurrency exchanges, such as Coinbase. But Ripple's top executives, two of whom were named co-defendants in the suit, have fervently fought back against the regulator's claims, backed by support from 11,000 XRP holders who banded together and filed a formal motion to intervene in the suit as a third party. And their efforts seem to be paying off. In fact, we are already seeing some experts who have revealed the tentative date for when this whole lawsuit could be over. Before we proceed, let me take you back a little. According to New York CNN Business, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission filed a lawsuit against cryptocurrency platform Ripple, its CEO, and its chairman for illegally selling unregistered securities worth $1.3 billion. The SEC said Ripple illegally marketed XRP, the world's third largest cryptocurrency, to retail customers, violating Section 5 of the Securities Act of 1933. According to the complaint, Ripple's chairman, co-founder, and former CEO Christian Larson and the company's current CEO Bradley Garlinghouse raised capital for the business by selling XRP in an unregistered securities offering. The failure to register the XRP sales or qualify for a registration exemption constitutes a violation of federal securities law, the SEC said. On top of that, the company also allegedly received services, including labor and market making, in exchange for the XRP offering. Larson and Garlinghouse also orchestrated unregistered personal sales worth $600 million, the SEC alleged. In response to the SEC lawsuit, Ripple Labs answered on the 29th of January and said that XRP is not a security. Ripple argued that none of the other crypto tokens, like Bitcoin and Ethereum, are aimed as securities by the SEC due to its decentralization. Fintech adds that they are all on the same level. So why is the SEC treating them differently from their peers? This was such a robust response from Ripple Labs that the SEC didn't even see it coming. The SEC thought they already had their work cut out for them, and this lawsuit would be a smooth ride to the end. They probably thought it would be an easy win, and they would showcase their handful of proofs to support their allegations. The drama surrounding Ripple and whether or not XRP falls under the legal classification of regulated security continues to unfold. But so far, things seem to be just dragging on without any powerful reason or proof from the SEC. In fact, up to now, there has been no official sign for an end of this lawsuit saga. The XRP community is watching closely and awaiting the settlement of this lawsuit. But recently, we have had a crypto fan who has revealed when the SEC lawsuit might actually end. His ideas are tentative, but we can rely on this, hoping that the long-awaited news on the case might be released somewhere around that time. A couple of weeks ago, attorney Jeremy Hogan said that the SEC lawsuit against Ripple could possibly continue until the beginning of 2022. Hogan is not only a crypto expert and fan, but also a partner at Hogan & Hogan Firm and runs his own YouTube channel. Hogan updates his fans on his channel about crypto tokens, and it's here that he revealed his valuable opinion for the end of the SEC lawsuit. On his channel, Legal Briefs, he has been discussing every nitty-gritty detail about the lawsuit for months on end. In one of his videos, Hogan said that the settlement between the SEC and Ripple is bound to happen after the discovery phase. This is more like a pre-trial phase where both the SEC and Ripple Labs will be allowed to showcase relevant evidence on the case. If we see an end to this discovery phase soon, the settlement between XRP and the SEC could be expected. In his opinion, attorney Jeremy Hogan says that this settlement might even happen long before the discovery phase. But this is always an intricate part of the lawsuit, and the disclosure of the discovery phase is probably not going to happen until the end of September and lag through to mid-October. After the discovery phase, The judges can take another 30 days for summary judgments from all the evidence provided. That means we could expect the summary judgment by at least the 16th of November. However, the SEC doesn't seem to rush up as they aim to drag the case as long as possible. Here, the gameplay is to get the settlement stronger on the SEC side and have Ripple Labs walking on thorns. But to the SEC's shock, Ripple is being unshakable by all the ongoing lawsuits. This could mean that even if the SEC decides to play some tactic games on the token still, this won't shake it up. According to Hogan, this is a common tactic that the SEC pulls to try and trouble Ripple Labs. That's the reason why we are seeing the SEC dragging the case even without relevant evidence. Further, Attorney Jeremy says that in any case, if there were no settlement between the SEC and Ripple Labs, then there would be questions and discussions on the summary judgment, leading to extending the court case until 2022. Everyone in the XRP community has been waiting for this case to conclude for a long time, but all the lag in the case has been testing the investors' patience. Looking at an article published on CNBC.com, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse said the lack of clarity in the U.S. regulation of cryptocurrencies is frustrating. Garlinghouse said the U.S. has yet to provide clear regulatory guidelines for cryptocurrencies, unlike countries in Asia. He cited the company's ongoing legal battle with the SEC as an example of where the regulatory framework remains unclear. Financial regulators globally are looking into how they should regulate the cryptocurrency industry. Garlinghouse downplayed the current scrutiny of cryptocurrencies, saying the industry should continue to focus on what these technologies provide to customers. I think at the end of the day, the industry should focus on utility and are these technologies solving real problems for real customers, he said, adding that Ripple will continue to leverage its XRP ledger and tokens to make payments efficient. According to new.bloomberglaw.com, though misguided, the SEC attack on Ripple presents a compromising opportunity for the Biden administration. Under new leadership, the SEC could course correct back to its mission to protect investors while fostering fair and efficient markets, rather than interfering with currencies outside its jurisdiction. Gensler has a solid understanding of blockchain technology and could usher in a fresh start on cryptocurrency by dismissing the case against Ripple. Rather than fight the cryptocurrency industry, Gensler should collaborate with him and work toward the shared goal to safeguard the future of crypto and America's place within it. The broader cryptocurrency and investment communities are watching these legal proceedings closely and awaiting clarity. The year 2021 is seeing a surge in demand for blockchain solutions, and supply will be able to meet it. Within the space, competition is high, but Ripple's litigation with the SEC is preventing it from moving further. Its ambitions to go public through an IPO will be postponed until the lawsuit is resolved. When will the case be over? What's the holdup? Why is it taking so long? In such a fast-paced sector, these are valid concerns. That could also explain why Ripple Labs and its co-founders are attempting to schedule the critical ex-SEC director deposition on the 19th of July 2021, just a few days away, in order to appear frantic. While the reason is unknown, it could be tied to U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren's recent letter to SEC Chair Gary Gensler. By requesting a response by the 28th of July, the senator appears to be offering the SEC control over digital assets, thereby bypassing the CFTC. It was an orchestrated power play, according to attorney James K. Filan. With that in mind, let's take a look at the technical picture of XRP and Bitcoin. If we look at the 4-hour time frame, XRP USD is in a clear Wyckoff accumulation in my opinion. I believe we will trade sideways for a long time, at least I hope so. My past experiences have always taught me that longer accumulation periods result in higher capitulations, blast-offs. I am bullish on XRP and crypto overall. I am certain that we are not in a bear market. How long may this accumulation period last? No one knows. Time is impossible to predict. Time in the market always beats timing the market. We will be going up. The question is not if, but when. Price action is boring now. Just sit back and relax. Be patient. On this chart, I'm looking into Bitcoin's yearly lows. What has been more impressive than its all-time highs on every cycle? It's Bitcoin's lows. With the exception of 2015, every yearly low has been, in cases, much higher than the previous, indicating the strong parabolic trend it has been on since its inception. The hot topic since the May flush is whether the market has entered a new bear cycle or the flush was just a correction inside the parabolic run of the bull cycle. A good way of looking at this is the yearly lows, the green arrows. For better display purposes, I'm using the 1-week time frame. The statistic that stands out is that excluding 2021, we had 5 yearly lows in the month of January, more than any other month. It is interesting to mention here that Bitcoin may have made yet another January low in 2020 if it wasn't for the COVID crash of March. What's maybe even more interesting is when we bring the 1-week RSI into the mix. As you see, when the RSI was above $60 in any given January, 4 out of 6 times, that was a yearly low. I exclude from this statistic the year 2020, which might have had the low in January instead of August due to the COVID anomaly, which was a non-cyclical event. The cyclical tops of the non-lows Januaries, the red arrows, were just before that month. This year, Bitcoin USD made a high or cyclical top, if that indeed turns out to be the top, after January. This is consistent with the January yearly low probability, as all have posted continuation highs, the blue arrows. So, what do you think? Was the $28,000 low of January 2021 the yearly low? Or do we have a long way to print that in December? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. Look forward to hearing from you. As always, trade safely. Please keep in mind we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. Tell us what you think in the comment section below and let's have a conversation. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like the video and to click on the subscribe button below and turn on notifications so you get informed whenever we post our amazing content. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.